Hey guys, this is Trenchy back to bring you another Spidey July. Today we are focusing on the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, Season 1, Episode 2, The Spiderslayer. Now I'm not doing this in the production order, I'm doing this in the order of it which it was released on TV. So I know Scorpion was the next one in the production order, but in the TV release it was this one. So, I really enjoyed this one, and we're just gonna hop into it. Well, first we'll talk about it. The director who directed all of them, Bob Richardson, he also directed this one. He's worked on a lot of stuff. We'll get into more into him as the series goes on. We also had John Semper and Stan Berkowitz returning. They also directed. I had not directed. They also did the writing on Night of the Lizard. The third guy isn't here though, but those two returned to write this one. And I really, like I said, I enjoyed this one. So we start out with Spider-Man swinging by some CGI buildings. Again, I love the mix of the 2D and the CG animation. I thought it was a really good mix. He starts getting chased by these little bomb drones that videotape him but are also exploding. So he has to dodge them and stuff, and I thought the action in this one was very fluid. I love how he ties one up and spins it around and it explodes, and he dodges a couple other ones. I thought the action there was very good. Then later on, we see Felicia Hardy, who makes her first appearance in the television order, kind of complaining to J. Jonah Jameson and kind of cutting in on him. I really liked her in this episode. She's very sassy. She's got a very kind of flirty sexual tone to her, and she's a very fun character and good addition to the series. We see her later at a party, and she flirts with Peter Parker because Peter Parker's there to videotape. He has also brought Aunt M to the party to take pictures and stuff. And we also have Flash Thompson there for the first time, which was fun seeing that asshole. And Harry's there too, but he's friends with Flash Thompson in this version, which I found very interesting, and we don't really see much of him. But I really like how he's kind of on Flash's side in this, which was very interesting take. We also find out our villains behind the bomb drones are Alistair Smythe and Spencer Smythe, two very underrated characters. They have built this giant spider called the Black Widow to catch Spider-Man for Norman Osborn. Like I said, the Smythes are very underrated. I think they should be used more. They're very good villains. I do believe they deserve a live-action movie. I also enjoyed them. Not enjoyed them, but I think they would have fit very well in the Venom movie if used. Like, someone else said that, and I do agree that they should have been in there. Instead of Carlton Drake. I think that would have been more interesting. But yeah, they are working for Norman Osborn, who is also making his first appearance. And what I like about it is they see Spider-Man as a villain, not Alistair and Spencer, and they want to legally catch him. So they have Eddie Brock there and to document the whole thing for the newspaper, so everything's done on the up and up, which I kind of enjoy. We also find out Norman Osborn is working for Kingpin, who is kept in the shadows, which would work really well, but then we see him in the intro, but he does show himself, but he's kept in the shadows, and then they do a reveal, which was really cool, but again, you showed him in the intro. He is voiced by Roscoe Lee Brown, and I really love the voice on Kingpin in this, and it's very cool. I also like how he's threatening to take Osborn's company unless they catch Spider-Man. It's very threatening and interesting. And seeing all these villains, proto-villains, like Norman Osborn isn't the Goblin yet, Eddie isn't Venom yet, and they're all kind of working together seeing all that interaction, the Smythes, you know, and just getting the setup for the Smythes too, because a lot happens with them in the series as well. They evolve, and it's great seeing that. But yeah, it was fun seeing all these villains kind of communicate, and this episode has a lot of that, characters and just different characters and different villains kind of interacting, which I really enjoyed. Let's see. So we also find out that Spencer's doing this to get, he's doing this selflessly to get a hover chair for his son, because Alistair's in a wheelchair, and it would be easier for him to move around in this hover chair. So I like how the intentions are kind of pure, and it's not all evil there. Yes, Norman's kind of doing it selfishly and evilly, and, Eddie kind of is as well, but not really evilly. He's just kind of doing it selfishly, plus he doesn't like Spider-Man. But Spencer's doing it for Alistair, and he doesn't even know the Kingpin's involved. So I really like that. But yeah, J. Jonah Jameson's party, Flash decides to dress up as Spider-Man to mess with Peter. That leads the Black Widow there, which leads to a very interesting action scene where you got Flash running and whining like a little bitch, and Spider-Man has to come out, and there's a lot of rubble, a lot of destruction, and a lot of people around that Spider-Man has to protect, which I found very... Yeah, so I thought the action sequence there was really good. Really well done. But then the Black Widow takes Flash, and we see Eddie revealing him and stuff, and it's like, oh crap, it's not the real Spider-Man. Meanwhile, we get some fun little communication between Aunt M and Jonah Jameson, which is always fun. And Spider-Man as well talks with Jonah, and that's just a fun interaction. Then we get to the real shit. So we go to this cool little lab setting, which is very detailed, and I really enjoyed the lab setting with the vats, and just, it was very cool. And the Kingpin's guards come in, and they're all wearing these like red, orange outfits, and that's really cool. And Spencer's freaking out, why are they there? Norman's claiming he doesn't know, but we all know he knew. And we have this cool action scene where Spider-Man's fighting the guards. He throws a couple, he webs a couple and stuff. And when he gets there, and then finally they turn on the Black Widow. So not only he's fighting the guards, he's fighting the Black Widow. He's trying to protect Flash. We have some fun sequences with that where his webbing starts failing on him. His cartridges start failing so he can't swing. And then the Black Widow puts oil on the wall so he can't climb. And it's really just a mess. So he's sitting there and he's trying his best to fight the Widow. He ends up climbing on its back and riding it like a bull. He also hits it with a metal pipe a couple times earlier. This is just a very fun, fluid action scene, and I really enjoyed it. There's a fucking spider. Bastard, go somewhere else, buddy. I hope he finds a good place, but, yeah, it's funny, a spider just came from the ceiling and, swung down right in front of me while I'm talking about Spider-Man. It, crawled down right on me and landed on my chest, and that's cool. Dude, maybe it'll bite me, and I'll turn into Spider-Man. But, nah. But, yeah. Finally, he gets it to fall in this vat of oil, but the place is on fire. And Norman makes Spencer stay behind because he reminds him of the hover chair. So everybody gets out of there. Spider-Man ends up saving Flash, and Flash apologizes. He ends up getting him out of there and saving him, but he doesn't know Spencer's still in the building. So the building explodes with Spencer inside, and that really fucks with Alistair, you know. And we have this scene later on at the end of the episode where Kingpin comes up to Alistair, and he's like, "You're gonna help me build." No. He said he wants him to make Spiderslayers to avenge his father, and he kind of rolls them out into the sunset because there's beautiful sunset in the background. Also, we see Eddie get fired from his job by Jonah for like making him look like an idiot, and of course Eddie, you know, thinks it's Spider-Man's fault. So that kind of sets up Eddie even more for the future. We had to set up more with Alistair with the death of Spencer and working for Kingpin. You know, we also have Felicia getting mad at Peter and kind of dissing him for leaving her because, of course, she doesn't know he's Spider-Man, so she just thinks he abandoned her during this attack, which, you know, is kind of a downer. But then Aunt May keeps bringing up Mary Jane, and Peter keeps turning that down, which is funny because it's kind of like a callback to the comics where they did that in the comics, you know, let on with Mary Jane. But I really like this episode. The Black Widow looked beautiful with the blacks and reds, very threatening, very dark. I enjoyed that. I liked seeing all the characters, Flash, Harry. It was just fun seeing everyone. The setup was good. And again, it was really the interaction and the action in this that really made this episode for me. This is definitely a high 9 in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the settings. I enjoyed everything about this episode. And it was amazing. The lighting, everything just worked for me. So yeah, I know I might have seen a downer on this episode, but I really did love this show. I grew up with this show. Not every episode's gonna hold up, but this one really did, and it killed it for me. But so yeah, so this was SpideyJuly. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay frosty. We'll come back with the next episode, hopefully. This might be the last episode of SpideyJuly. I don't know, because I don't know if I could get another one done before the end of the year, but end of the month. But if you want this to continue into August, let me know, and we'll make it happen. But yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day. Stay frosty. This is Trenchy signing off. Beep up boop.